Democrats want to explain how this isn't election fraud?
There were more than 255,000 early votes that did not have a corresponding early voting entry.
Was that done on election day?
That's correct.
Cut the line at 145.
They cut the line at 145.
145.
You heard that, everyone? They cut the line at 145.
Because the first election I voted in was Trump's. I've never voted in a midterm. I've never voted.
What?
I have never voted in a midterm election. Ever.
All right.
I've never voted in a primary. Ever.
Tell us that again.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so what we see here is someone voted in your name.
Yep.
For
Kamala Harris! Kamala Harris! Yeah!
Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like your future depends on it, because it does.
This is gonna make a lot of people mad because I don't know how to say it. They're not trying to hide it any longer. They're not trying to hide this anymore. Right in front of our eyes. Plainly, we can see it. Election fraud is at an all-time high. I would say some could even argue it's more than 2020. With everything that happened, listen, it is absolutely insane to me that this is happening right now and there's not even a cover-up trying to take place. Right in front of our eyes. I'm telling you, you need to watch this because the lies, they're being uncovered. The dark agenda is being exposed because the truth always prevails. And that's what I give you on this channel. I give you the truth. And listen, this is gonna absolutely blow your mind. I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's hop straight into it. But first, before I hop into that, if you like anything political, current event stuff, make sure to subscribe. But if you like Bible content where I preach Jesus content to you, make sure to subscribe for that also. Listen, this is happening right now as we currently speak. And maybe you're watching this the day after the election or 2 days, whenever. Listen, you need to watch this no matter when this is, because you need to know the truth. You as an American citizen or wherever you are in the world, you deserve to know the truth. Elon Musk just posted this and he retweeted it. I am out of words for what they are trying to do. Out of words. Please watch and listen. Don't scroll away because this is absolutely vital to any American watching this. You deserve to know the truth. This is in California, and Elon Musk retweeted that said, yeah, this is totally insane. The only reason to ban ID is to make voting fraud untraceable. Obviously. I cannot show you or speak in words. You just have to watch it for yourself. Please watch until the end of this, and then I'll give you some more information. Just at least watch this video. This is gonna blow your mind.
Hello. How we doing?
Can I get the first 3 letters of your last name?
Yeah, H-E-N.
And the first 3 letters of your first name?
J-O-R. It may be that may be correct.
So he pops off saying it may be correct. Now listen, first off, in the first 5 seconds, and I won't be pausing this every 5 seconds, I promise, but in the first 5 seconds of the 10 seconds, you can see anybody can have the same 3 letters in the first name. It's the same. People have the same first and last name all across this nation. Even just the first 10 seconds, you can see this is fraud. And then he bleeps out the music so you don't hear his actual address. I'm sure he doesn't want people showing up at his house.
Can you confirm your year of birth?
This is where it gets interesting.
It might be 1985. But it might not.
And look at that lady in the back.
It might be. I mean, yeah, but it might not be.
Well, what is your birthday?
It's 1985. Okay. I'm just saying it might not be. You can't verify it. But I'm just telling you it is.
Uh-oh.
Okay, are you you're gonna sign an oath? You're okay with
Yeah, I'm gonna sign an oath.
Now listen, I'm not against these people. They're just working in California. I understand that. They're just working. Probably doing this for a paycheck, I assume. Maybe they're doing it for free. I don't know. But listen, this is not them. This is the political agenda behind this. Please keep watching. It gets crazy.
It's my birthday.
Great.
I just saying it might not be.
They can't tell you're a vote by mail ballot.
You can't see my ID, right? You could just verify my ID, right?
I mean, I take your word for it. It's California.
Exactly.
What did they just say? They said, I take your word for it. This is why they're trying to bus in all the illegal immigrants to these swing states. And this is California, but they're trying to do this all over. Why? Why? Because they take their word for it. Oh, you were born in Michigan? Oh, okay. We take your word for it. No ID, no DNA test. Oh, you want to vote? That's your name? That's your birthday? You could have a 16-year-old go in there and say they're 18 years old and vote, but there's no verification. Can you see this is playing right in front of our eyes? And it seems like nobody is talking about this. You say, Caden, you're passionate. Yes, I'm passionate that you know the truth. Keep watching, please.
Might be, might not be.
But if
Oh
you're,
my goodness.
I'll sign my oath.
so I just want to ask a quick question, Susan. She asked him, she's a student, so she's
I get
learning.
it. Yeah, I get it.
She asked him if his birthday was 1985, and he said it is.
It definitely
and he
is.
says it might not be.
But it might not be.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Could you want to verify it?
He's trying to get them to verify. Like, please, hint, hint, wink, wink, verify. Look at my ID.
I'm just asking.
So
to
you
be
don't
honest.
ask them if this is their date, you ask them the year of the year.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It's 1985.
It is. Okay. Then
Might not be though.
That's fine. If you're saying it's 1985,
It's
you're gonna
1985.
sign.
Just
Okay.
might not be.
well,
You can't really verify it.
It checks your signature. So
Yeah.
Can you accept
Except
and then sign?
this is definitely me, but it might not be. There we go. Done.
My goodness.
Cool.
Got my chair stuck. Keep watching. He signs his signature and then this happens.
So do you guys verify the signature too that matches the voter ID? The county does? Does it have to match my signature? What happens if it doesn't match the signature? So they verify it just based on the signature?
She said, I don't know.
I think it's only in weird cases.
With
Yeah.
DMV?
If you're already in there and registered and been
twice.
Okay.
I think it's only in
Got it. All right.
You
Thank
cannot
you so much.
tell
Cool.
me.
Any of these?
Yeah, any of those.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like that?
yeah, of course. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you.
Just like that. You cannot tell me people have not been voting twice. You cannot tell me that people have not been illegal aliens and been voting. You cannot tell me that people have been abusing this privilege of not being able to show your identification. I'm out of words. But if you thought that was crazy, it gets crazier. Because you are about to see for yourself what Laura Trump, yeah, you heard that right, last name Trump, Laura Trump. Now, if I have this right, is Laura Trump, is that the daughter-in-law or the biological daughter of Trump? I don't know. But this is breaking. Here we go again. Here they go again. According to Laura Trump in Pennsylvania, there were 8 different counties. And I believe these 8 counties, some of them, if not all of them, were swing states. That's very important. Keep watching. Trying to block Republican poll watchers from entering the building. What type of poll watchers? Republican poll watchers. Because the Republicans aren't nervous of the Democrats are nervous of the Republicans. Because they know that it's about to be a blowout smackdown of Trump beating Kamala. So they're doing everything they can. Just watch.
Well, I'd be lying, Lawrence, if I said anything other than Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We already this morning from the RNC had to do a little work with our attorneys because our poll watchers, if you can believe this, and I'm sure people can, were being prevented from entering the buildings in 8 different counties.
Don't scroll off just yet.
Some of them around Philadelphia, some of them outside of Pittsburgh. But they prevented our poll watchers, our Republican poll watchers, from going in. So we had to act in a moment's notice, and that's why we designed this election integrity operation the way we did to identify problems and strike at a moment's notice. And all of our poll watchers, I'm happy to report, are in. But look, it's a tight state, and it's a must-win state. And I think, you know,
it's a tight state, a must-win state.
We've seen so much emphasis put in that state. We were there twice yesterday. We did 2 rallies with Donald Trump. Obviously, Kamala Harris was there yesterday. But I got to tell you, we felt a lot of love from people in Pennsylvania yesterday. So we're very optimistic.
So what are they saying? That they're denying people, and if you need further proof, check this out. Listen, since when do voting machines just randomly shut down? Since when does the power just randomly shut out? Since when does, listen, look at this. Where is it? It was like something like gas was released and they had to take everybody out. Voting machines are down in deep red Cambria County, or Cambria, however you pronounce that, Pennsylvania. Stay in line. And this is what they had to say.
Can't reach the courthouse.
Try to listen close. Everybody in the county is having the exact same problem. Listen. And who is taking up to the courthouse? Who? She personally. Is there any accountability? Does anybody know who this lady is? Does anybody trust this lady? I'm not saying I've never met her. I don't know. But something sounds fishy. This is suspicious. Why? Because, okay, if you have 1,000 people in line and you say, hey, the voting machines are down, just fill out this ballot, give it to me, and I will personally take it. That sounds like somebody who is working on the inside, trying to steal all these votes. I'm not saying that's something suspicious here. Crazy.
If anybody here wants to fill out their ballot and put it in the emergency box to go up to the courthouse, I can take it out. If you guys want to wait till the machine is up.
Absolutely wild. And this is why I personally believe that this is happening. And you may say, Caden, but you're finding all this on X. Look it up anywhere. There's just basically hardly anyone saying that this is going to be a close competition. You know, Kamala probably is going to win. Almost everybody is projecting in the poly market, on all these news sources, they're projecting that Trump is going to blow her out of the park. So what does that make it? That makes Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party nervous. Her campaign is trying to do things, I believe, that are suspicious. Because look, why? This is why Trump said he can win New Jersey. An army of Jewish voters flooded the polls in Lakewood to vote for Trump. It's the largest Jewish community in the state of New Jersey. Absolutely wild, but it gets crazier. Look, Amish people voting in Pennsylvania. Look at this. Harris, this is the new election forecast. Harris at 226, Trump at 332. 312. Wisconsin and Michigan, him winning those. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. 6 out of 7 of those swing states, what is it saying? It's saying that Trump is winning it. Trump winning U.S. elections. And they're saying, same thing, forecasts. Same thing, Trump winning. Same thing, Trump winning. I have hardly seen anything. Poly market, Trump is up 63%, or was. This was, I believe, a day ago. Kamala Harris, 37%, or 2 days ago. Or whenever this was, October 20th, whenever that is. Very close up to it. He's winning by a pretty high margin. Trump claiming victory. All these things. So what does that make them do? That makes them get nervous. Amish people voting again and again and again. And then why are they trying to implement the ballots? Lines piled up. I'm telling you, this is absolutely wild. But I just want to show you one last thing, and then I'll let you go. Or sorry, 2 more things, then I'll let you go. Please stay after this, because you're going to see a lie right in front of your eyes being exposed. Kamala Harris and her campaign is trying to do everything they can to make Trump look bad, but it's actually flipping on them, and it's actually coming back to bite them. This is what Kamala Wins posted. Breaking, Donald Trump's final rally has begun and it's half empty. The Trump campaign curtained off the top section because they couldn't fill the arena. What an embarrassing finish to Donald Trump's campaign. Now, this is so hypocritical. So hypocritical. And I'm not trying to be the judge of anybody, just as an observation. Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd.
God-fearing American men and women in support of our president.
That's huge. Yeah, they may not be able to fill the top, but who cares? You got a stadium half filled from the bottom. I mean, there's a few chairs in the back there, but that's like behind. Nobody can even see there. You wouldn't even want to sit there. Nobody can see there. Look at that. But this is what's so hypocritical. If you go up here October 31st, so just a few days ago, half of Kamala's arena is empty for her rally. But this is where it gets even crazier. Look at this. Philadelphia tonight, they're having a ton of celebrations, doing a free concert to boost turnout. No one wants to come see Kamala. Why? Small high school gym. That's the amount of people she has in a gym. And this is what Donald Trump has. Can you see how hypocritical it is? She fills a small gym, and the sides aren't even filled. But she won't point it back on herself. She just wants to point at the bad guy and say, look at Trump. And then this is where it gets so hypocritical. Look up here. It's being reported that 68 people, now I don't know if this is exactly true. I don't know because I wasn't there. I didn't see this anywhere else, but this is what this guy posted. And I don't know if Kamala Harris was actually here, but this is just an observation. It's being reported that 68 people total showed up to Kamala's rally. Now, I know that Kamala wasn't there, but I know Hillary Clinton was here for this rally. Kamala held a rally in, listen, Tampa, Florida. And it was said Hillary Clinton's about to take the stage. The tiny event room is half empty. There are maybe 200 people here. Zero energy, lots of staff panic. This is a dying campaign. Watch. Nobody is excited to be there. That's embarrassing. And then she wants to get upset because why? Trump has the top curtain of a stadium not filled. That's honestly, that's such a weak move. That's so pathetic. Now, final video I want to show you here, and then I'll let you go. Now, of course, you know where I stand with being gay, and I don't agree with that lifestyle. I believe that God doesn't agree with that lifestyle because he says plainly in Scripture that he does not support people who are gay. But this guy does have something to say about, he says, his quote, Rob Smith, I am black, I am gay, I am not voting for Kamala Harris. Because people think, oh, you're gay, you're voting for Kamala Harris. Oh, you're black, you're voting for Kamala. No. This is not a race. This is not a gender. This is not a sexist thing. This is right versus wrong, righteousness versus wickedness. And even this guy, who's living in a sinful life according to the Bible, he still has some things to say that are true. Listen.
I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she was installed, not elected. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she is a weak leader. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she can't articulate a vision for America. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she is extremely negative. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she doesn't seem particularly intelligent. I'm not...
This guy has more common sense than most Republicans, honestly. This guy, and that's not a slam against anybody, not a slam against any person at all. It's just this guy, he is spitting facts right now.
Voting for Kamala Harris because she cannot stand up to the enemies of America. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she was vice president when we had the disastrous pullout of Afghanistan in which 13 American soldiers died. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she was the deciding vote, the tie-breaking vote in the $1.9 trillion package that was passed that threw this country into inflation. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because I do not like her. I am not voting for Kamala Harris because I do not want her to be my president. I am not voting for Kamala Harris because I am tired of all the celebrities like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry and Beyonce and Oprah telling me that I need to vote for Kamala Harris.
Don't be persuaded by some celebrity. Be persuaded by this right here, the Bible.
I am not voting for Kamala Harris because she has done absolutely nothing of note in the past 3.5 years, and she wants us to turn the page from the presidency that she was number 2 in over the past 4 years. I am not voting for Kamala Harris because I refuse to be propagandized. I am not voting for Kamala Harris because she is, without a doubt, the worst presidential nominee for any party that I've seen in my lifetime, and she will never get my vote.
Super true. Well said, man. And I 100% back what he's saying about what has Kamala Harris done these past 3 years, 3.5 years? What has she done? You know, if you ask people, why are you supporting Kamala? Okay, I just like her. What has she done? What accomplishments has she done? They can't tell you. They can't tell you. And the only reason most people do support her is because I don't like Trump. Listen, it's not a personality thing. It's not about, oh, she's female, I gotta make history. You don't have to make history just because she's female. You want to make history and go to World War III? Make history and have economic crisis where Americans that are just average Americans can't afford a house? They can't afford a car? I mean, if you look at statistics, forget guy, forget a girl, forget a black man, forget a white man, forget anything. Look at the paper. 2016 to 2020, that was by paper. Statistics show the greatest time for Americans since basically many argue the 2000s. In the 2000s. Why? Economics were up. The economy was up. Why? The dollar was worth more than it had in a long time. Why? There were no new wars. There was peace. Why? We stood with Israel. Why? So many things, the list goes on. That's what Trump does. Because why? He's a strong leader. And I believe in Trump. I don't agree with everything he does. I don't agree with everything that he stands for. But overwhelmingly, he supports the scripture standpoint. That's why I voted for Donald Trump. And that's why Kamala Harris will not get my vote. And somebody said, yeah, but Kaden, I know that she's not really with the whole Jesus is Lord thing, because I'm sure you saw that clip of somebody shouted Jesus is Lord in her campaign, in her rally, and she said, you're at the wrong rally. They said, but you've got to understand, Trump is a racist. I replied to that man, and I said, tell me, why do you think Trump is a racist? Do you think that okay, this man, he's black, and he said, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. You saw the Jewish, all the Amish people, all the people. You realize that all that propaganda about Trump being related to, or not related, but relating him to, not like biologically, relating him to Hitler is such nonsense. Such nonsense. If you look at what Hitler believed in, what he stood for, and if you look at what Trump stood for, it's a night and day difference. And it's just because of the propaganda that people are fed. And I don't blame you if up till this point you listen to people and you stood for somebody. But after watching this and after seeing the lies and watching my channel and seeing the truth in front of your eyes, you need to make a decision. Am I going to stand for righteousness, or am I going to go for wickedness? The choice is up to you. And I believe you'll make the right choice. Listen, I want to give you this one opportunity before we leave. I would like for you to stand with me as I go across this great nation of America and I preach the gospel. God has called me to be something the Bible calls in Ephesians chapter 4, an evangelist. That is somebody who travels from city to city and they win the lost and they preach the gospel. That's what God has called me to do. I also am a kids pastor at my father's church. We're reaching this generation of children, raising them up in the things of the Lord. This whole lie that this generation is going to hell in a handbasket, it is false. This generation, if they can hear the gospel, if they can hear the true, uncompromised word of God, they don't have to go to hell. I believe this generation is going to see a revival sweep across this land. And there's going to be floods and altars of people who become hungry for Jesus. But how does that happen? It happens by people who are called by God, who won't compromise to this world, but will preach the gospel. And that's what God has called me to do, to preach the gospel to this generation and see my generation, my nation shaken by the power of God. But listen to me very closely. It takes funds to do what God has called you to do. It takes finances to do what God has called you to do. We just crossed, I believe, 70 partners. Let me check real fast. 72 monthly partners with this ministry. I am believing God that it'll get to 100 very, very fast. If you would like to partner and be part of that 28 people that are left for the 100 people and say, Kaden, I like what you're doing. I like that you don't compromise. I like that you preach against sin. I like that you are doing the works of Jesus. I want to back you. I want to stand with you, and I want to partner with the vision financially with you. You can do so by going to the link in the description or the link in the comments. And listen, I want you to stand with me as we see this nation shaken by the power of God one last time. There was the first Great Awakening, there was the second Great Awakening, but I believe God is going to pour out, before Jesus returns, a third Great Awakening. But that takes funds to travel, to get hotels, to go and travel and preach and get flights and all that stuff. It takes funds. And when you back me, I believe this. I truly believe this, because Paul said, he said, because that church partnered with me, you received the same grace that I had on my life. I believe when you get to heaven, because of your partnership, that everything that I do in the ministry, the souls that are won, the reward that I get in heaven, I believe that you will also receive the same reward. Because why? You partner with me financially. Maybe you don't go to all the states and preach, but if you send somebody with your finances, God sees it, and I believe He'll reward you just the same. I want to challenge you right now. Maybe you've never partnered with somebody, but if you like what this 20-year-old evangelist is doing, I have a fire, I have a passion, and I'm not gonna give it half-heart. I am gonna give it everything I've got and see this nation shaken by the power of God. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you for believing in me as we see God do something mighty in this generation. Thank you so much. I don't take it lightly. Link in the description or link in the comments. There's also perks. I would like to send you a free gift for a certain level of partnership that you partner at. I would like to send you a free gift. I also have once a month Zoom calls, and I give you ministry updates on that Patreon link down below. Thank you so much. In about 3 weeks, I'm going up to Michigan to preach the gospel in Greenville. Some people have asked, they said, Caden, I want more information about that because some people live around there. Here's the information you need to know. December 1st through the 3rd, it is going to be in Greenville, Michigan. It's going to be at Life Community Church with Pastor Tommy and Maria Turner. It's going to be a great time, and we're going to send revival up there. If you need healing in your body, come to these meetings. I'm going to pray for you, and God's going to heal you. If you need to rededicate your life, come to these meetings. Get your life right with Jesus Christ. Whatever the devil has bound you with, if you get in an anointed atmosphere, I believe these meetings are going to be a turning point in your life. December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That Sunday, December 1st, is going to be at 11 a.m. and at 7 p.m. that night. And then Monday and Tuesday, December 2nd and 3rd, it's going to be at 7 p.m. that night. If you can make it just for one meeting, I would love for you to be there. I would love to shake your hand, tell you thank you for watching these videos, and it's totally free to come. I would love to see you there. More information will be in the link in the comments for that if you'd like to know more about that meeting. But besides from that, thank you for watching. If you want more content, it'll appear up on your screen right now, and you can watch that and know more about what's happening right now and the truth being uncovered. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. God bless you.